Amanecer, ¿no? Porque es lo que queremos.
All right, well, today's the day. We start our hike to Machu Picchu. We were going back and forth and doing research on which trail we wanted to do, and we decided to do the less popular one, which is the Sa Conchwe Trail. It's supposed to be a lot more difficult, and it's a lot more backpacker friendly. We don't get mules, we don't get any of that stuff. And today's the day where we start. We start by taking a bus to a bunch of different towns, and then we get to our first campsite, and then tomorrow we're gonna start hiking. So, you wanna come with us? So we finally found a hostel. Pro tip, not pro tip, basically how we learned how to do this. When you first get to the head of this area, what's the area called, babe? When you get to the trailhead of Soyapampa, if you go just a little bit further, there are campsites and I guess hostels. It's about a 20-minute walk from where the trail, one of the trailheads starts. I know you're gonna be tired and I know you're gonna wanna stop, but don't. If you walk 20 more minutes, there's hostels and there's places where you could stay. They range anywhere from 100 soles for one of those dome things to 35 soles per person for a bunk dorm, kind of like this. Nothing special. Unfortunately, there are a lot of bugs. I don't know if you could see that. A lot of bugs up there, but I mean, for $11, $12, I mean, you're only gonna be sleeping for 6-7 hours. But I will warn you, the first couple of places that you're gonna see are extremely expensive. One of the first places is $80 US, not soles, just for one of those domes. So don't think that's what it's gonna cost. Just go a little bit further and you'll find a place. So dinner tonight in our bunk bed, we got some ghetto charcuterie. We have ham, we have cheese, we have these things where if you've, oh my God, these things right here are amazing. They're like soy pork rinds. They're unbelievable. They taste so yummy. And then the one thing that we did kind of spend a little bit of money on was actual cured ham. That's our dinner tonight. And just, you know, all the carbs that we need so we can get this hike going, and some Ritz crackers. Woo! Kind of a slow start to the morning. Last night's didn't really sleep that well. We're at 14,000 feet right now, and it's a few times at the night we woke up out of breath, which does happen, which really sucks. But we're kind of doing a small little detour to a lake before we head back into the direction that we need to go hiking. And they said if you can do this hike, you can do the rest of the trail. So it's kind of a rude awakening that the first day we start hiking, it's, you know, it's straight uphill, probably 70, maybe 65 degree grade. And It's hot. Very little clouds in this valley. We're gonna get to that damn lake. We made it to the lake, as you can see. You can't see, there we go. Made it to the lake. Pretty high up. It's probably very similar to Laguna 69, but we conquered it, which means we could do the rest of the hike to Machu Picchu. Otherwise, it would be very embarrassing right now if we weren't able to do this and I had to go home. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize what they have to do on this version of the trail. And then they get winded or sick. Not us, we made it. Just to make sure everyone's on the same page, and if you could give you some advice. A, get walking sticks. B, it does not take 45 minutes to get up this thing. It takes about an hour and a half. The locals could probably do it in 45 minutes, but there's no way. Or you can get a horsey and they'll bring you up. But either way, walking stick, definitely do it. Lesson learned. And it's hailing. Well, it ain't always beautiful when you're hiking. Here's a perfect example. We are getting pelted with hail right now. Walking up a big ass hill, but you just gotta keep going. So we're in a cloud right now. We've been hiking for a few hours. I didn't record a lot of it because we're really high up and it's a pretty strenuous hike. We made the mistake mixing up the routes, and we're a little bit behind, and I have to guess we're somewhere at 16,000 feet. It just kind of got in my headspace, so I didn't really record a lot. But now we're starting to get back on track, and it looks like it's all downhill from here. And on the way, passing by a bunch of mules, one of them decided to kick me in the arm. So I got a nice big goose egg on my left arm right now. We're cutting this super close. The sun is going down and we're about 37 minutes away from the town. We're really high up, and at night the temperature drops significantly. We're here during not the hot season, so it gets pretty cold. We got a little concerned because when we were going through the pass, which I'll tell you more about when we get back to the hostel, wherever the fuck we're staying, the pass kept going higher and higher. That high up, the temperature gets below freezing. The temperature was 37 degrees 2 hours ago when we were up there coming down. So I can only imagine how cold it is up there right now. And we've dropped 2,000 feet since then. So the temperature has gone down quite a bit. Yeah, temperature's gone up 12 degrees since we were up there. So the further down we go, the higher up it goes, hopefully. Because we need to get to a place. So that's why I always bring my headlamp with me, no matter what hike we do. We've probably done 17 hikes. And this is the first time I have to use it. But it's better than this. There's nothing around us. There's no lights, there's no people, there's nothing. So always try to bring a headlamp. You can buy them online for 20 bucks and they'll save your life. Okay, well, we have a story for you. Essentially what happened was today, we got some bad information and we did a hike, and the hike is broken up into sections getting to Machu Picchu. One of the hikes is a lake you hike to, and it takes about, I don't care, I don't give a fuck what the map says. It takes about 2.5 hours there and back. We hiked that, and then we hiked to what we thought was another village. There wasn't another village there. There was some abandoned houses. And so we ended up hiking both that lake and the pass. The pass is the most difficult hike in the whole part of the trail. So we did both in one day, and most hikers, most tour agencies break those two up into one day.
2 days.
Or in 2 days, excuse me. So we hiked up 4 mountains today, and the light faded fast, as you saw. And we were walking around in the dark and we got lost. And we found this little town. It was pitch black. We got lost. We ended up having to blow our whistle so one of the locals would find us. And to make a long story short, we are now sleeping in a tent in one of the locals' yards. So we're in basically a stone hut, and we're in a tent right now, and it's pouring out. It's hailing and it's pouring, and if these guys wouldn't have let us in, I don't know what we would have done. We hiked for 12 hours today, and we are exhausted and like mentally fried. Today was a long day, and we're gonna try to get some sleep because we have to hike tomorrow to another town. So once I gather my thoughts, I'll give you more of a rundown in the morning exactly what happened. Till tomorrow.